But you just never know. I mean, you just don't. Alright.
As I was your beginning, so shall I be.
Oops, sorry about my mic.
Final hour is upon us.
Alright, as you can see, now we're getting a rather decent force. But just wait, you're gonna, even though you might have a good amount of units, you're gonna want to be continuously warping in. Or maybe not continuously, but you're gonna want to make sure that you're maxed at all times. Oops, pull away. And that's why, because you might just end up walking into their base like that by accident because you weren't paying attention, as I wasn't. Or there might just be a really powerful wave that kind of overwhelms you. You just don't know. I mean, you don't know what's coming up next unless you have map packs. Everyone pull back. Alright, now we're getting hit by mutalisks. I guess they will harass with mutalisks. Alright, here we go. Alright, everyone come over here. Okay, they killed him. Alright, how are we doing over here? Okay. I did not mean to do that at all. Alright, we appear to be holding the line. We haven't lost any units yet. Alright, now storms will damage your own units, so I'm using them kind of cautiously, kind of not. You definitely want to make sure that you don't storm on top of your own units, which is extremely bad. Whoa! Everyone, pull away. I wasn't paying attention to the minimap at all for that. Alright, come over here. Alright, now, we're losing a ton of units. Now, I do want to talk about, or at least attempt to talk about while I am focusing, something that the Gravemind said, not the Gravemind, sorry, the Overmind, they're so similar, it's ridiculous. Something that the Overmind said during the initial part of this when everything was all black and white. He said that he named the Zerg as his Zerg. Now, it's not necessarily important, but I just want to say that kind of shows that he's not an emotionless killer. I actually think it's extremely interesting how he's almost always portrayed as just a mindless killer, but that actually shows that he has compassion and he cares about, well, his Zerg. I mean, he rules them. He almost has a king-like leadership over them, or more like a dictatorship. But he actually cares for them in a way. And it's just kind of interesting to think about the Overmind in a different light than what he's normally portrayed in. Alright, something that you do want to do with your carries every now and then, just control click, and it will count Celindus as a carrier, or like Mohandar, hope I'm saying that right, Mohandar as a Void Ray, so when you control click, it'll bring them all up. Or what you could do is, if you have them in a hotkey like this, do that, or just shift over, or tab over, I'm sorry. And just make sure all your interceptors are still full, because the more interceptors, sorry, I had to swallow. Hope that didn't disgust anyone by swallowing. I totally lost track of what I was saying. I have such a short attention span. Oh yeah, the more interceptors that you have, the more damage you'll do, and they can get picked off in the game. I mean, they're not invincible. They can actually get destroyed. So it's just a good thing to check. Dun dun dun. Might be coming from up here since I've seen other build-ups. Ah, there we go. That makes sense. You're saying you have nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Now, here's the interesting part about these. He's spawning broodlings, and he's attacking our base at the same time. So what I'm going to end up doing, I'm going to come over here and... Oops. I'm going to lift up as many as I can, and now that we're done there, I'm going to send them over to attack. Now, we're going to take damage from this. We're going to probably take a little bit of cannon damage. However, with... Oops. Losing pylons as well. So mainly what we ended up losing was pylons, which isn't bad, except for the fact that we got supply blocked, which is irritating more than anything. Now, we did lose a couple phoenixes, but they can be replaced. Now we're under attack over here. Alright, our cannons on the inside should be able to help us out a little. And also mass grab beam can be decent. Now here's what you want to be careful of. You want to be careful of these Nidus worms. And the fact that the AI of your units will automatically target any unit coming out of the Nidus worm. So you need to be target firing on there. Okay, you come over here. Oops, I always forget that that's what F2 is. Alright. Boom, boom. What are you? Oh, did I lock you in? Patrol. Alright, now I'm just auto-targeting with that. Okay. I'll pull away. Now, that Overseer is giving the vision of the high ground, so it's worth it to me to take shield damage in order to take out their vision of the high ground. Now, actually, I want to pull back. Okay. Now, definitely when you see infestors, you want to grab lift them and focus fire them unless there's a hybrid around. I'd say that hybrid takes top priority in everything. Make sure that they are not attacking your units because they are very devastating. Fun with a probe or whatever. Okay. Alright, I just want to make sure I have... Oh, no. Okay, I don't have any more upgrades to do. Okay. It's a little bit of a lull time, so in this you can just kind of watch your resources gather. Okay. We'll talk about those units in a minute. Make sure that you're maxed, because being maxed is actually very, very key for this. Okay. Now, there were units that we saw there a minute ago called Corruptors. They're the anti-air unit for the Zerg. They are very good in numbers. However, against how many Phoenixes we have right now, we're gonna be okay. Alright. Now, with your Phoenixes in a battle like this, you can lift up Zerglings, which will kind of just stem the tide. But make sure that, if you're gonna do that, make sure you have at least some Phoenixes attacking. However, with how many Phoenixes we have, that Zerglings are just gonna die pretty quick, so. Alright, should have been looking, but I wasn't. Now, I kind of started talking about infestors, but I really got off topic. The reason why I always want to lift up infestors...
Our matrix fields are within range. Engaging mass recall. My brethren, hear me, but there is little time left. All that remains of our race, our civilization, those that stand beside you now. Trust. Strike as one will. Let our last stand burn a memory so bright, we will be remembered forever. Entaro Tassadar!
I would just like to point out that in every game, without fail, every epic speech is always during a battle. I just want to point that out. Now, who is Artanis? Well, he commands a freaking mothership. That should be enough for you, and he also brings you some more units, since during that attack you're probably going to lose some supply. I did not want to attack that. Now, what does a mothership do? It closer units. It also can do mass recall and vortex. Vortex, I'll have to find a big group of units in a minute. It sucks in a bunch of units. I guess you could say it's really kind of sucky, but that was bad. Okay. He also, I probably already mentioned this, but he also brings with him a lot of reinforcements. Alright. Okay, those are banelings. You want to be careful with banelings. They do that. Like, oh, hey guys, you want to be careful with banelings. Oh, look at that, they exploded. Alright. Now, I keep getting interrupted. The reason why I'm... Hold on.
There was one among you who could have jeopardized my great plan. But in your recklessness, you mistook her for the true threat. The Queen of Blades.